Because those people probably showed up because it seems like to me, and I hear a lot of people say that, comedians, they'd have to spend the first 5 minutes getting people to like them. Or now in the social media era, if you've brought a crowd in to come see you, they already know you and they already like you.
Right.
It seems like the work pretty much is already done before you get in the building.
I don't ever know if it's done. You get away with some stuff, but you got to be funny. You can't.
Yeah, obviously.
But I can get uncomfortable and sort of weirdly, like my little self-conscious thing can happen in the middle of a show, and then it's just like awkward and awful for a certain amount of time, and then I'll kind of get back out of it by winning by telling jokes. But it's that, you have to sort of be comfortable and confident when you're on stage. That's one of the hardest parts about comedy for me, is pretending that I'm likable for an hour, or whatever, staying like it's not, it's a show. You got to be the funniest. If you're just yourself all the time, you're not really.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm not funny. So it's about doing the editing to get that funny. Anyway, that's not really what we were saying. But you gotta work it. You gotta.
Well, it's what
you
were
gotta work
saying.
the business. You gotta get a good tape. You gotta You gotta get to a city that has comedy every night. You know what I mean? You gotta get to an Atlanta or a Charlotte or somewhere and do comedy every night in all the different venues. Be in front of an all-black audience and be in front of a all-white audience. Be in front of a thing where there's kids there, where you gotta be clean and then. If your goal is I got to get on television so that people will come see me, I'm out to a broader audience, then you got to work on that material. You got to over and over and over do those 5-minute sets. You know what I mean? If you're figuring out how to kill in Salisbury, you're doing it wrong. If you're figuring out how to go to Myrtle Beach and get laughs and applause breaks for 40 minutes, you're doing it wrong. You're like yesterday or whatever, the Mars thing happened, and everybody wrote but they can't have any in California. You know what I mean? So everybody writes that. Not everybody, but all of us fucking write that joke. Everybody. So there will be a certain percentage of guys that are telling that joke for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Not caring that everybody else wrote that joke. And then their acts are their whole act is that. And then they're killing. And it's why are you doing it? Yeah,
but it doesn't seem like a lot of sense, because that's not going to be something you're ever going to do again. It's only like you're kicking the can so far when you do that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like good business sense in my
mind.
Right.
So but those guys, you got to put people got to come. You got to be likable. You got to work the thing. You got to be likable. You got to slowly build your thing. You know what I mean? I start comedy here, and then now I'm a superstar. Eddie Murphy made a special when he was 21 because he's Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? That's why he's Eddie Murphy. But even if you watch that again and you break down the comedy, it's not very good. It's just Eddie Murphy's funny.
Yeah.
A guy like Brian Regan, it's 30 years of, I'm sure, getting up every day and writing for hours. Maybe not every day, and touring and writing material and consistently sort of building it, That's how I think you do it.
Well, how long did it take for you to learn those lessons, realize that's what it is?
As I say them, I'm like, oh shit, I should have been doing those.
Yeah.